this is Canary Quilts, and it's another edition of What's in the Box, where I open my quilt-related mail and show you what I get. I have 2 unopened items right here, and I have 2 opened items, one right here on the back and one down there that's a little bit too big to hold up here. I am going to show you the 2 items that I've opened, why I have this fabric kit, and the other one is a challenge I got myself into that makes me nervous, but it'll be fun. And I'm going to show you that challenge. Maybe it's something you want to do, maybe it's something you're interested in, or maybe you just want to watch me do it. And then I've got these 2 items, like I said, my mini charm pack club that I'm in, and I'm doing the tumbling block quilt with this. We can see what they look like this month. I also have the sew sampler box here from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a mystery quilt box that I think is a great value. I love opening these, seeing the fabrics. It's usually a new fabric line. You get a pattern, you get some notions and some fun stuff. And like I said, it's a great value for it. So I'm going to open that and we can see what we get for the month of July. I love it. I love getting this box and seeing what's in here. But anyway, hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see the challenge quilt I'm working on and all the other fun stuff we got going on here. But let's head down to my desk and see what I've got. All right, here we are down at my desk. I think what I'll do is I'll go through these real quick and then I can clean it up and go through the rest of my items. This is the mini charm pack club from Fat Quarter Shop, and I am doing a tumbling block quilt, and unfortunately I have not been working on it, but I will put a link up down below to the video where I show you how I do it. It's a no Y seam tumbling block quilt, and I'm doing it out of 2.5-inch squares. So this is for June. So I get these at the beginning of the month and they sit here until I do a box opening. So they sit here for about 3 weeks. So I'm kind of about a month behind on these. I think they said the next one, July, has shipped. So what it looks like we've got is Christmas fabrics. So let's start with this one. This is A Very Sweet Christmas by Bunny Hill Designs. And I'm just going to flip through these real quick so we can see them. And I'm liking these colors. Ooh, pink. Pinks and reds and greens. A little non-traditional with the taupes. Oh, look at the little penguins holding Christmas lights. That's really super cute. Looks like a good variety of darks, mediums, and lights. Very Sweet Christmas by Bunny Hill Designs. Now I have Tiny Christmas by Lizzie House. Oh, and it's got a black cat. Okay, I'm into this one. I have a black kitty. He might show up too. He's in here. This looks kind of retro, maybe. I will have links to all these fabric lines that you see here down below. A stamp, a postage stamp. If you see something that you like the little kitty and a postage stamp. That looks like a cute material. I'm gonna have to look this up. But yeah, I'll have links to these fabric lines if you want to take a closer look at them at bigger fabric swatches. But this really does give you a good idea for what the fabric line looks like. 2.5 squares are pretty versatile. You can do lots of things with them. So, but what I'm doing is a tumbling block quilt. We have Emmett and Ivy by Sweetwater. And just another different type of palette for Christmas. Oh, nice little wavy gingham. Christmas trees. I like this color palette too. I like most Christmas color palettes. Look at the blue. That's different. Just a few red-green combinations I'm not a fan of, but for the most part, I am a Christmas fan. Look at that black gingham. That's very pretty. Let It Snow and the little snowman. That's really super cute. This looks like tags, maybe Christmas tags. Oh, and there's some Dear Santa letters. Oh, I bet that's cute in a full piece. So Emmett and Ivy by Sweetwater, and then we have Old World Yuletide by Stephanie Slowinski at Fancy That Design House Company. And again, I like all these color palettes for the Christmas fabrics. Very nice. What do you think? Can you see yourself doing a project with these Christmas fabrics? That's got a deer. That's the bottom of a deer. So I wonder what that looks like as a bigger print. I think that's the same one in white. Poinsettias. Nice combination for me to make tumbling blocks out of also. As soon as I get back to working on this, I will update you. I knew this was going to be a project that would take me a long time. I have started putting rows together. So I think I've got 5 rows. You can't see it. Way up here on my design wall. The rows, the blocks in each row are sewn together, but the rows aren't sewn together. So I've got 5 rows. I've got more than that ready to go, but I've got 5 rows up there on my design wall. So there you go. That is my mini charm pack for June. And I'm going to use this. I got this in a sew sampler. I love it. I had to go look for it because my husband borrows it too. But I love it. It just picks up everything. And it's quiet, so it doesn't make a lot of noise, and you can just run it across your board like this. And it's not that expensive. I mean, I think it's like $8 to $10 or something like that. So I will link this down below too, because I love it. Another thing in Sew Sampler that I didn't know existed that I'm glad is in my life. I'm going to save Sew Sampler for last, but let me pull in the JK Quilts fabric kit here. This is, I need to pull up my phone so I get it correctly. This is called a Mystery 5-0 mystery quilt. It's a mystery in the sense that you're getting a story and then you build the quilt. I'm not quite sure if you get if it's hints to how the story is solved or how that works, but I'm gonna find out. And you get the story once a month, and then you get the pattern, the blocks for the month, and it lasts for a quarter, so 3 months. And the theme this time is Aloha, but it sounds like it's not going to be a Hawaiian quilt. I think the story is going to take place in Hawaii. I think that's why it's called Aloha. It says the mystery is a virtual event happening, and this is at JK Quilts, but there's a lot of quilt shops that are participating in this. So I will have the Mystery 5-0 website down below if you want to find a shop that you're familiar with, see if they're participating. And I will also have the JK Quilts Facebook page that I'm part of, so that if you want to go with JK Quilts, you can. Anyway, it says it's a virtual event happening in their Mystery 5-0 Facebook group in July and August. A mystery clue will be emailed to registered quilters each week in August. The reveal patterns, yes, there are 2 choices for setting your blocks, will be emailed in September with instructional videos for each clue, and the reveal patterns will be posted in the Facebook group. So that's how they're doing it, is through the Facebook group. So they have kits that you can buy. They're Hawaiian flavored at all. I considered maybe doing Tulip Pink because I have so much Tulip Pink. They do have a kit, but you can also use from your stash. What you can do is you don't have to buy a kit from them, but you can buy a $50 gift certificate. That gets you registered, and then you can use it on whatever you want. You don't have to buy a kit. So that's about half the price of a kit. But when I went through and started looking at the kits, I saw this. It's called Aboriginal Dreamtime, Black Dreamtime. When I go to quilt shows and there are vendors that have this fabric out, I stop and look at it every single time. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'd do with it. And so I don't buy it. But when I saw they had it for this kit, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect to be able to use this fabric that I've fallen in love with at quilt shows, but never knew what to do with. I could use it at this point. So that's what I did, is I bought the kit for this mystery quilt along, and it has the Aboriginal Black Dreamtime fabrics in it. So it's going to be a strip quilt. They have told us that. So it has 2 of these strip jelly rolls, I guess you would call them, in here. And they're exactly the same. These are by M&S Textiles Australia. If I can find these, I will link them down below. But like I said, I have seen these so many times and fallen in love with the fabric and just never bought any. So I am now going to have a quilt with these fabrics in it. And then we got, and they marked them, so you know when you're working with them. Fabric 1 are these strips. Fabric 2 and 3, this is the binding, and then we have black for fabric 4 and 5. And there's quite a bit of black here, so I'm assuming that's the background. But the schedule, I think, might be August 5th is the first. Don't quote me on that. There is a schedule, they sent it out, and it starts in August, where you get like fabric requirements and all that kind of stuff. And then they start sending out the blocks and the stories after that. So I'm really looking forward to this. I did a mystery quilt with JK Quilts. It was called Sleuth, if any of you remember that. And I had so much fun with it that I thought I would try this out and see what this is like. It's different every quarter, so you would get 4 in a year if you want to do that. So I just decided to start with this one. And I don't have to participate in all of them. I can decide if I like it or not. And if you want to follow along, you can see if it's something you want to get into. So there you go. That's my fabric kit. That's what I'm doing with it. And I will have a link to the Mystery 50. There's actually a website. You don't buy the kits or anything there. They just tell you a little bit about it and all the quilt shops that are participating. So you can find your favorite quilt shop in there, like I did. So there we go. I'm going to get rid of that because it's very crinkly and loud. That is my fabric kit for the mystery quilt, and I'm really excited to start it. And I was really excited to see those fabrics. It said pre-order when I went in there, but I pre-ordered it and they shipped it the same day. So I was glad that I'm going to have these for this quilt. All right, so the next thing is from Cherrywood Fabrics, and let me bring that up so I get this correct also. This is a challenge quilt. Okay, let me see if this works. It's called the Cherrywood Challenge, and I might need more room for this. Let me read it for you. The Cherrywood Challenge for 2026 is titled Story Time. And this isn't the first challenge they've done. I've just never heard about it till now. I've heard about it through, she's called Badass Quilter Society, and I have followed her forever. I actually started following her because she rescues kittens. And that's how I started following her. Then I found out she was a quilter and had this Badass Quilter Society website, and she also did a whole bunch of home remodeling, which I've done, so I just had a lot in common with her. She's really starting to ramp up her brand now, and I really like her brand. I'll have a link to her down below. She's very liberal, and I don't know, you may not like her politics, but I like her type of quilting, and She is a rebel like me and does different things than most people do. So I like to follow her, and that's how I found out about this. I'm on her Patreon. I follow her on Patreon, and she told her followers about this challenge, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like so much fun and interesting. But anyway, the Cherrywood challenge for 2026 is titled Story Time. It's inviting participants to create quilts inspired by classic children's literature from the 1950s to the 1980s. The challenge uses a limited color palette inspired by these vintage books with the goal of encouraging quilters to stitch their own stories and memories into their work. Quilters can use the provided fabrics, which include a Storytime half-yard bundle and optional sketchbook fat quarter bundle, along with other add-on products like floss and fusible. I bought the entire package because that's what I do. Now, yeah, this is a great way to sell your fabrics and everything else, but what they're going to do is they're going to, you can submit your quilt and they will pick it, and then if you're picked for it, it will travel for a year at quilt shows. The rules are the finished quilt must be 20 inches square, use only the fabric provided in the bundle, which I got here from Cherrywood Fabrics, take inspiration from the theme, and I already have ideas of books that I liked when I was a kid, so I'm already like thinking things up in my head, and I went and checked those books out of the library so that I could refresh my memory. You can only use the 8 colors of the bundle and then these 4 colors right here. You can embellish it with thread or anything else that you would like. Use any technique that you want for the quilt. And the due date is February 15th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Central Time. So I went ahead and bought the kit, and these are the fabrics right here. And this is a palette of fabrics that I love. These fabrics are beautiful. The colors are beautiful. They're cotton fabrics. They feel great. And then you've got these, which I think are mostly used maybe for skin tones, but whatever else you might want to use them for. I may use them as a background. I'm not sure yet. But I think they're kind of like a skin tone type of palette. And then we've got this by Annie Soft and Stable that you can use probably if you're going to be, and I probably will be appliquing on your quilt. The Misty Fuse, which is for applique, which I've never used a Misty Fuse, so it'll be interesting to try this as applique onto your quilt with your fabrics. And then we've got these flosses. So these are hand-dyed. Oh, Cherrywood is hand-dyed fabrics, which that's what they look like, is hand-dyed fabrics. And it's 100% cotton. There's 10 spools in here, 18 yards each, and this is pretty thick. It doesn't say that I can find, but it's pretty thick thread. You might be able to put this in your machine if you know how to do that, and or you can use it for handwork, which I think I would probably use it for handwork. And then you get a sticker and you get a bag, which I will probably keep everything in the bag. This is a nice bag. But that is what the Cherrywood, oh, I didn't even see the back. Connection, Imagination, Nostalgia, cherrywoodfabrics.com. But you know what? I didn't have a library card. I haven't been to the library in forever, and this challenge got me to the library. I got a library card now so that I could check out the books that I was thinking about using in this quilt as inspiration for my quilt. So not only did I check out those children's books from my childhood, but I checked out a book to read. So that's a positive already for this. But yeah, I will have a link to this down below if you want to check it out. They do show past challenges, so you can see kind of what it's all about. I don't remember how many quilts they choose to travel with, but it's quite a few. I would say at least 50 quilts probably. But there will probably be a lot of submissions, but you can only do one submission. You can do as many quilts as you want. You could do a quilt and not submit it if you want, but that's what it's all about. Let me know if you've heard of this Cherrywood challenge before. I don't think I've been to a quilt show where I've seen this, or that I understood what I was seeing, I guess, because I like a challenge. I look at the Hoffman challenge every year and think about doing that. This year the colors are gorgeous. They're like purples and violets. And the Hoffman challenge is nice because you can kind of submit almost anything. Like you could submit apparel or bags or quilts. So the scope of the Hoffman challenge is even bigger. But I liked the color palette. I liked the theme. And I am looking forward to seeing what I come up with for this. They do have like copyright terms, like you can't like outright, I don't think, copy it, but you can get inspired by it. So there you go. I will have a link to all of this down below. You don't have to buy the entire kit like I did. You can buy just the fabrics, and then you can enter your quilt in February and see if it gets picked. And it's objective. Or subjective, I should say. It's up to the judges. It doesn't matter like what type of quilt you do or anything like that. It's just what the judges like. So there you go. I'm gonna give it a shot. I think it'll be fun and see what I end up with. It's gonna be interesting. So, all right, that is the Cherrywood challenge for 2026. Sew sampler from Fat Quarter Shop. And what do we have? We have Summer Love for July 2025. Let's pull this out. And as always, we do the fabric first. It's called Romantica Curator Fat Quarter Bundle by AGF Studio for Art Gallery Fabrics. All right. Let's open this and take a look at these fabrics. And we'll see if this is my color palette, if I like this. I'm not much of a romantic person, or an old-fashioned pink person, but let's see. The Curator Romantica. So let's read about it. It's a value of $29.48. This set of 8 fat quarters, known as Romantica, is a stunning selection from the Curator collection that will take your breath away, featuring delicate floral designs by AGF Studio for Art Gallery Fabrics. It combines gentle pastels and blossoms with modern texture and style. With the premium soft silky smoothness from Art Gallery Fabrics, this collection is bound to sweep you off your presser feet. That's funny. That's cute. Yeah, it kind of gives a little bit of a Valentine vibe. Pastels aren't something I work with a lot. Not that they're not pretty. They're pretty. They're just not something I work with. But I do like this green here. This mint green with the stars. That almost doesn't look like it belongs with that. What do you think? It looks like it stands out in the crowd here. The rest of it seems to go together. But yeah. It's pretty. Not quite my color palette. I do like the teal. But we'll see what we do with it also. That could make a difference in what we do with this fabric. All right, next is 10-piece pink wonder clips. 10 isn't very many, but I am running out of clips because they do get old and break when you use them a lot, like I do. I use clips all the time for everything. You just saw I used it over here. I mean, I use them for these type of things, to clip things like that together. Okay, it says, this is by Clover, and So Sampler got it first with a value of $6.98. These Pink Wonder clips by Clover are the same amazing clips you know and love, now rocking a fabulous pink hue. With their wide openings, flat base, and handy measuring guides, they're the ultimate multitaskers, perfect for binding quilts, securing thick layers, and more. This exclusive pink shade from Fat Quarter Shop is a beloved favorite, and we can't help but smile every time we clip with these beauties. I actually don't buy the Wonder clips. These feel much stiffer than the ones I buy. I buy cheap ones because I really go through them. But I'll have to see how these work because, like I said, the other ones break on me. But these clips actually are hard to spread apart. I like the flat. When you're binding, it just runs right along your machine, doesn't get caught up. I love clips. I use them 9 times out of 10 before I'll use pins. All right, that's fun. Next, we have thread. Large 50 weight Seabiscuit 100% cotton Mako thread, a value of $13.98. Our love affair with thread is a summer fling that lasts forever. This 50 weight Orfil thread, spun in Italy from dreamy Egyptian cotton, is a quilter's closest companion worldwide. It's silky smooth and super strong for breezy sewing sessions, packed with 1,422 yards of off-white creaminess. It's the perfect partner for any project. Okay, I love Orfil thread. I have a lot of it after being in the Orfil thread subscription last year when I got my Italian quilt out of that. So that's going to go straight to my thread stash. And what's next? Serenade quilt pattern. Oh, this has a lot of pages to it. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. That would make a pretty table runner. This would make a pretty table runner. I don't know that I would want to do a whole quilt, but a table runner I would do. All right, Serenade quilt pattern, value of $9.98, and they do have limited finishing kits available. So we have the background and border, the accent, and the binding. And we compose this Serenade just for you. The symphony of a quilt by Fat Quarter Shop hits all the right notes with the Carpenter Star quilt block, perfectly harmonizing with the Romantica Fat Quarter bundle in this month's box. Pair them up for a duet that will become your song of the summer. Carpenter Star, I have not done a Carpenter Star in a long time. I did do a mini quilt that was a Carpenter Star, but that might be fun. I think I would do the table runner. I don't know what else I would do with these fabrics, so maybe I'll do the table runner. That looks fun. And it would be nice. I just got a new side table, buffet table that would be a great length. That would be a great length for that. So, went to an estate sale and I found it and I love it. The buffet table. All right, block number 4 of the flowering, wait, is there something I missed? Oh, yeah. Let's pull this out. Friction Black Fine Liner. A black one. I don't think I have a black one. By Pilot, value of $1.98. Every quilter needs a strong, dark, and handy fabric marker. Meet the Pilot Friction Fine Liner. It's smooth, erasable ink glides over fabric like a dream without snagging or pulling. The secret is thermosensitive ink that vanishes with a swipe of heat or friction. Just grab your iron and poof. They're perfect for half square triangles, applique tracing, and all your creative quilting adventures. I'm actually using this on my Dear Jane quilt. I have had people say, you know, when it gets cold, it comes back. I've never had that issue. Now, I do live in Florida, but I did live in Michigan, and I still didn't have that issue. So I am actually marking my Dear Jane quilting lines with these friction fine liners. So I don't have black, so that's a great one to add to my stash also. Flowering. Let's pull out my last month's block first and show you. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing Tula Pink fabrics, and that's last month's block. You can see, let me just grab them. These are the other two that I've done with Tula Pink fabrics. And I fussy cut the flowers, and I fussy cut the cat. So I'm loving it. I'm having a blast with this. So these are big blocks too. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But that's last month's Sew Sampler flowering block. Whoops, I'm grabbing my fabric here. And then we've got this month, which is called Party Time THYME block. Let's put that over there. And this was a value of $4.98. So I think I've done a block like this before. That'll be pretty. I'll have to see if maybe I can get some Tula Pink stripes to go along in there. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right. So there you go. That is the July 2022 Sew Sampler called Summer Love. And that was fun. Sometimes you get fabrics that you're just like, I don't know, but I think I will do the table runner. That would look nice out in my dining room. And it looks nice in the carpenter star like that. So I think I will do the table runner of this because I'm not sure what I would do with these fabrics. Although I do like this fabric, the stars. And yeah, very utility type of box with the thread and the friction pen, which are both things that you can absolutely use all the time. And put in your thread stash, and you can always use marking pens like this, the clips, very utility type things. And it'll be nice to have wonder clips because I've never had them before. I always have the cheap ones. So there you go. That was fun. I always enjoy opening these boxes. You do get coupons on the back. They do give you other quilt ideas, usually for the fabric. And I do believe they're free. Yeah, it's a free one. And then they are advertising their Autumn Nights Quilt Stitch Along, which I will be doing, which is usually Halloween, but it sounds like it's going to be fall related this year. And I've been doing their Christmas one, which you saw in the background in the beginning up here. I got the first 2 weeks done. So there we go, fun. Let me know what you think of all the stuff I got. The Sew Sampler, what do you think of it? This palette of fabrics could be right up your alley, and that is wonderful. How's it going for you? Are you doing the flowering quilt along in here? I love doing my Tula Pink ones, and I just love doing them each month. And also let me know what you think of the Cherrywood challenge. I'll be keeping you posted on that, and my mystery Aloha quilt with these fabrics that I fell in love with a long time ago and finally get to work with, and my mini charm packs. So there you go. I love sharing this with you. I love hearing from you to see what you think, and I do really appreciate you. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you want to see this type of content and keep track of all my projects here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.